So firstly, let me make a couple of initial comments about the changes that have been made. So we've reviewed the planning range for the number of people able to be granted residency, and we do that every couple of years. So it was necessary for us to review it, as we would, and we made what I consider to be very small changes from, for example, the maximum of 100,000 residency places over 2 years to 95,000 over 2 years. That would require us to make some changes to the policies in order to meet that planning range. The two things we control most are the number of skilled migrants that come in and the number of family members that are able to come in, including parents. We've made small changes to both, and we'll put a temporary pause on the number of parents while we review the circumstances that they should come in and what's been happening over the last few years. If we didn't do that, that would have required fewer skilled migrants to be able to come in, and we had to make that call. So there are already 2 other categories of visa that will enable a parent to come in and visit their children and grandchildren. One is a visitor visa that is for a longer period of time. So a parent can stay for up to 18 months in a 3-year period and at 6 months at a time. The other one is that there is a resident visa for parents and grandparents of financial means, where they can demonstrate that they have the ability to be able to sustain themselves without relying on sponsors or their children's income. I'm aware that there has been some requests for to match, for example, Australia and other countries that have gone to a 10-year multi-entry visitor visa. I'm certainly open to looking at that, and I think that that will form a part of the discussions that we have in respect of the China FTA refresh. I'm not sure that 10 years will be the next step, but at the moment I'm reasonably relaxed about extending the duration of the visitor visa in the number of times it can come and go. Firstly, we have calibrated this to mean that, as far as we can tell, the 160-point threshold will enable us to continue to meet the planning range. And one of the reasons is because the practice has been for many applicants to only claim the number of points they need in order to get an invitation to apply. We know, but we can't count, the number of people who've claimed 140 points, but who could equally claim 160 points, and they will also comfortably continue to qualify. But realistically, there will be a number who fall between 140 and 160, who might have qualified under the old policy, who won't under the new policy, and that will be a problem for them. However, the important distinction between residence and temporary visas needs to be made, because those people may still be in demand if they're in hospitality or chefs or tourism, that the pathway to residence might not be open to them right now, but that doesn't mean they can't come and work and enjoy the benefit of life in New Zealand for some time. Yeah, look, we have a process of periodic, almost constant refinement of visa policies to make sure that they are fit for purpose. I think it's fair to say that the changes to the skilled migrant points have raised concerns about people who are very experienced in business, might be in highly paid jobs, but who aren't tertiary qualified, may fall below the threshold. And so it might be necessary to refine the skilled migrant points framework to ensure that we don't inadvertently lose some of the people that we need. We will be refining and making small changes to the business category, the investor category visas that have been very popular with Chinese, particularly Investor 2. I think they're going to be positive changes, there's nothing to fear there. Oh, look, as I say, there will always be minor policy changes, but I think what people can be confident in is that they'll be well thought through, they'll be consulted on, and inevitably there will be people that might feel as though that reduces their opportunities. I think overall what we have is a strong basis to be confident about a growing New Zealand, both economically, yes, perhaps a small growth in population, but strong links with so many more countries. And the migration story is one of success. I think we should keep that in the front of our minds.